So now, for this button, march through the entire secret array looking for a color match. Skip match is already found. Okay, so we're going to march through the entire secret array, comparing as we go. So comparing this button to this color, to that color, to we're going to skip this color, right? Because it's already got a match, and to that color. Okay, and if there's a match, we will set it. We're going to set of course, the element. We're going to set the element in the compare array that corresponds to that secret color. We're going to set that to 0. Okay, and then once we do that, then we're also, from that point, we'll also skip the rest of the code for this button, because once we found a match, what if the match was here, right? We found a match, and we don't need to look any further. Okay, this guy's already spoken for now. Now we're going to look for the next button. Okay, so if the secret color that we want to compare the button to doesn't have a match yet, okay, so if it's -1, that means that we can then compare the colors. Okay, no match yet, so we're comparing the colors. Okay, and if they are the same, so color only match found. Mark the compare array. Mark the compare array. And skip to next button. Okay? So compare secret index is equal to 0. And now this one, we want to break out of this loop. Not continue the loop, but break out of it. Okay? Say break. This is the same word, the same statement that steps out of a case in a switch, right? But it also works in a for loop in that it takes you out of the rest of this for loop. It will not run through the remaining values of your step variable. Okay? As soon as it hits this, it'll execute the next line after the end of this for statement. Okay? Which is, so this is the end of the inner for loop, and this is the end of outer for loop. So once we hit this break, so once we've found a color match, then we marked it. Oh, and we should also increment the color only matches array. All right? Color only matches ++. Okay? So we've updated the compare array that we found a color match. We've updated the color matches count, and then we break out of the inner for loop that marches through the secret array. So once we found a color, we don't need to look anymore, and we just go to the next button. Okay? That's all this does. So now here, where we're supposed to report the results, here. So here's the 2 lines of code that you execute inside. So when you find a color-only match, you update the comparison array, and you increment the matches count. Okay, and now we're going to report the results for the color only counter is equal to color only matches dot to string. Okay, now let's try it out. So first I'm just going to cheat so I can see what the colors are. Okay, so orange, red, yellow, and blue. Let me swap these two. Okay, make this one yellow and this one orange. Okay, so I should have two perfect matches because I did not change red and blue, and I should have two color only matches because I simply swapped red and yellow. That's correct. Look at that. Now I'm going to change this one to something different. Say green. We know there's no green in the secret code. So we should still have two perfect matches because red and blue, and only one color only match. Correct. Now what if I change this guy to yellow? Now there's only one yellow in the secret code. Okay. This guy will actually be a perfect match. And this guy, even though he would match the yellow in the secret code, we cannot count it because this yellow has already been counted as a perfect match with the yellow. So this should be 3 perfect matches and no color only matches.